I'm Jasmine Anderson. We begin with the escalating crisis in the Middle East. It is day 5 of the new war between Israel and Hamas. Newsday has confirmed that at least 3 people with Long Island ties are among those kidnapped or missing in Israel. Ite Chen was serving in the IDF on the Gaza border and has not been seen since Saturday. He was raised in Brooklyn and has siblings who live on Long Island.
We know that he was active, that he was in communication for a while, but since then, silence. The formal indication that we received from the IDF is that he is defined as missing in action.
Israel continues its airstrikes on Gaza today after Hamas's deadly surprise attack over the weekend. The war has claimed at least 2,100 lives on both sides. That includes at least 14 Americans. President Biden is condemning the attacks.
Parents butchered using their bodies to try to protect their children. Stomach-turning reports of babies being killed. Entire families slain.
The president also promising more aid. This is video of Israel receiving the first shipment of advanced U.S. weaponry. Long Islanders continue to rally in support of Israel. About 6,000 people packed Eisenhower Park last night for the largest local rally since the conflict broke out Saturday. Many waved miniature Israeli flags and wore hats that read, "Never again."
I'm sick to my stomach about what's been going on. It's just completely horrible. I'm tired of what they're doing to the Jewish people.
Among the items collected last night were hygiene products, gloves and knee pads, batteries, headlamps, and sleeping bags. Read more on the fighting in Israel and the impacts it's having on Long Islanders on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Long Island votes 2023. The 2 candidates vying for Suffolk's top job just faced off in a debate here at Newsday. Republican Ed Romaine and Democrat David Colon sparred over crime, affordable housing, and the environment yesterday here in Melville. The men making their case as to why voters should choose them to replace term-limited Steve Bellone as Suffolk's new county executive.
I'm just checking to see if Dave's pants are on fire because he just lied about a whole host of things.
If you care about public safety in Suffolk County, trust the prosecutor, not the politician.
We'll break down the key takeaways from the debate in the next few minutes. You can watch the entire debate on Newsday.com. New charges for Long Island Congressman George Santos. Federal prosecutors say Santos stole campaign donor IDs and made unauthorized credit card charges. It comes days after Santos's former campaign treasurer pleaded guilty to conspiracy to defraud the U.S. Santos will be arraigned on the new charges at the end of the month. Testimony continues today in the retrial of the woman accused of killing an anti-gang activist from Brentwood. Anne Marie Drago of Patchogue is charged with criminally negligent homicide. Prosecutors say she ran down Evelyn Rodriguez with her car in Brentwood in 2018. Today, the jury will see video of the deadly encounter. Drago's previous conviction was overturned. Now to the growing racial tensions on the East End. The Riverhead School District is now reviewing its diversity, equity, and inclusion plan.
It will be important for the committee to use our current plan as a framework to assess how, as a district, we have met or not met essential goals in this plan.
Dozens of community members and parents attended a meeting last night looking for answers. The district has been dealing with alleged bias incidents, including the use of racial slurs and swastikas drawn on desks. The school superintendent also took a leave of absence. Who wants to be a billionaire? Why not? Tonight's estimated Powerball jackpot is $1.73 billion. It's the second highest jackpot in the game's history, as well as U.S. lottery history. May the odds be in your favor. One more show. Long Island's Piano Man has extended his record-long run at Madison Square Garden. Billy Joel will play a 101st show of his residency at MSG in April. Tickets go on sale Friday morning. Former Saturday Night Live star Pete Davidson is coming to Long Island. The comedian, who is hosting the late night show's season 49th premiere this week, will play 2 shows November 6th at the Paramount in Huntington. Tickets are available now. Sports now. The Liberty are looking to even things up with the Aces. Game 2 is in Vegas, with the Aces looking to move closer to their 2nd straight title. New York trails the game series by 1 game. Checking out your hyper-local Wednesday weather. Mostly sunny today, highs around 67 degrees. Take a look at your day planner here tomorrow. Pretty much the same weather story, mostly sunny with highs around 68 degrees. There is more rain on the way for the weekend. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
The Suffolk County Executive debate is over, and now it's left up to you to make a decision. We're here to talk more about the takeaways with Joy Brown. We have some disagreements and some agreements to talk about.
Well, let's talk about the biggest disagreement of all, which is qualifications. You got Ed Romaine, Brookhaven Town Supervisor, former county legislator. He says, I've got 40 years making policy. I'm your guy. You got David Colon. He says, oh, whoa. I've been a prosecutor. I am a businessman. I've got experience that I can come in. 2 different fellows, 2 different points of view here, but they all say that they're equally qualified to make policy for the 1.6 million people in Suffolk.
They're very confident in their stance. Let's talk about some of the agreements that they had. The migrant crisis.
The migrant crisis, neither one wants Suffolk County to bear the brunt of having a bunch of migrants coming in. They think that the county has other issues that they need to be dealing with and issues of concern to Suffolk County residents.
There were some fiery moments also that we noticed and witnessed at the podium.
There were some fiery moments, passionate moments, angry moments, and at least one reference, as you said, literally to fire.
At the end of the day, this is a very important race for Long Islanders.
This race is important because at this level, they make the decisions that impact our day-to-day life here in Suffolk County. The local officials do that, and nobody does this bringing them to Long Island audience like Newsday does. I mean, you may have seen signs, you may have read things, but here you actually get to see them. You can watch them get angry, you can watch them get passionate, you can watch them get fiery, and more important, you can listen to them and where they agree and where they disagree.
Yeah, so you can make a sound decision.
It helps in any decision that you're going to make.
Thank you, Joy. Watch the entire debate and read more about the takeaways on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Rising temperatures, extreme rainfall, and smoky skies. We are seeing the effects of climate change here on the island. Tiwa Chang has part 1 of our special series on climate change.
From devastating storms like Sandy that battered Long Island's coastline and destroyed countless homes, to massive wildfires in Canada that filled our skies and lungs with smoke, and the hottest summer on record in the Northern Hemisphere, the UN Secretary General describes the situation this way.
The climate time bomb is ticking.
Many experts believe the weather extremes can all be linked to climate change, brought on by burning fossil fuels and pumping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere.
We're adding CO2 a million times faster than it ever was exchanged in and out of the atmosphere.
A million times?
A million times faster. So, because it took millions of years for those dinosaurs to turn into fossil fuels. And now we're digging them up and burning them. And it takes millions of years for it to get back into the rocks. Well, the time frames are clearly, climate's changing on decades, not millions of years.
Professor Scott Mandia says the 2 main sources heating the Earth, its proximity to the sun and the release of the planet's core heat, should both be in a cooling phase.
If humans were not on the planet, we would be seeing ice grow every century after century after century for the next 8,000 years.
The UN's Panel on Climate Change reports since the 19th century, the Earth's global temperature has risen by 1.1 degrees Celsius. If it rises more than 1.5 degrees, scientists believe the Earth will face significantly more catastrophic disasters. If it goes to 2 degrees Celsius, it may be unlivable for humans.
There's always been heavy rainfall events and summer heat waves. That's a normal part of life on Long Island. But as the world warms, decade by decade, we're seeing that our summer temperature extremes are getting hotter and more dangerous. Heavy rainfall that causes flooding is getting more frequent. Hurricanes are intensifying faster and they're more powerful.
Ice caps in the Arctic and Antarctic are melting faster than scientists predicted. And that's raising the sea level, which presents a huge problem for us on Long Island, which is surrounded by water. Tiwa Chang for Newsday TV.
You can watch part 2 of our special series tomorrow, and you can read more about climate change on Long Island on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
I'm telling stories about these professional athletes, but they're still humans. And I think when we tell those stories, it really gives people a different angle into the thing that they watch every single day for fun.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.